Hello, hello, and welcome to the Talk with Debbie show. I'm your host, Debbie. I hope you're all doing amazingly well this wonderful Wednesday. You're enjoying the weather outside, you're enjoying your vacations, and you're doing what drives your passions, what fuels your joy. And for me, that's really being with my family, my pet dogs, my friends, and ultimately being here with you all here. And if I haven't said it, or if I haven't said it enough, I want to thank you all, the viewers, for joining me every week here on the Talk with Debbie show. I thank you, I appreciate you, I honor you, and I love you. Now, before we get all mushy here, let's just get started. Tonight we have a very special guest joining us. His name is Prince Ray Pope, a triple threat performer, an international recording artist, actor, and model known for his innovation and versatility. Based in Oakland, California, by way of Los Angeles, Prince Ray Pope is an actor and stunt performer in Hollywood, working on TV shows, commercials, and movies, broadcasting on major networks such as ABC, NBC, Hulu, HBO, Netflix, Disney, Amazon Prime, to name a few. He's also been featured as a model and ambassador for some of the top name brands in the world, such as Nike, Apple iPhone, Adidas, Fila, Fitbit, Ford Trucks, Mercedes-Benz, Kumho Tire, Under Armour, Chase Bank NBA, NFL, MLB, plus more. He also is a recording artist. His debut album, Final Score, earned him a growing fan base, followed by his sophomore LP, Lovely London, and recently released Afro hip hop EP, Soul Ties. Prince founded London Los Angeles Collective, a global entertainment and content creation agency operating in London, England, and Los Angeles in California. He also founded Before Royalty, Dream Big nonprofit providing mentorship and educational resources to young people from underserved communities. He encourages the young people to pursue their passions and give back to the community. His inspiring story serves as an example of hard work, determination, and perseverance. So without further ado, let's please welcome Prince Ray Pope.
What's up? How you doing?
Hello.
What's up? Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. Okay.
Yeah, I can see you.
What's up? How you
Num?
doing?
What's up? I'm on chat with you. I'm on live with you. How's your
I,
week been?
oh, pretty good. I heard a little bit of that introduction. You reminded me of a whole lot of things that I forgot about.
Oh, really?
It's been a long journey. Yeah, it's been a long journey. But when you just kind of stay in the course and tunnel vision, you tend to
hmm
forget about a lot of things along the way. But yeah, that was pretty cool though. But I'm good though. How are you?
I'm doing great. Today was a Wednesday of all Wednesdays. So let me tell you, being here with you is the highlight of the day and the week.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
was
That's
super
awesome.
excited to chat with you and talk about your journey. You have such an amazing resume with a background that just surpasses anyone I've seen. So,
I
how did
appreciate it.
you get here? The big question is, how did you get involved in all of these industries, from the modeling to the acting to the singing? Where did it all start?
It started. It organized, I would say, in my church. And growing up, I used to attend a church in Oakland called East Oakland Church of God in Christ,
hmm
and I was a part of the church choir, and we did a lot of church plays and Easter speeches and Christmas plays and just all type of things to prepare you for like public speaking and theater and art and things of that sort. So, but obviously, kind of growing older, you hang out with your friends, and we used to rap and stuff like that. And then in school, you would do different
hmm
things. I took different courses to just hone my craft. But I would say it started, yeah, like organized, really organized, and choir rehearsal and practicing your speech and stuff like that at church. I would say at a young age, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Smart. When I was at church, I didn't do the choir bit. I was too terrified. Let me tell you, I'm
Yeah.
kicking myself right now.
Hmm.
because I love singing. I'm not going to sing, 'cause, but like I love singing. It's very joyful. You really reach almost like a spiritual level,
Yeah.
regardless what you're singing. You are literally pouring your heart out.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
to start off in church and have that base is just phenomenal. And a lot of
Yeah.
people have come from a church background. You, and then there was Whitney Houston and so many more.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Most
it's
definitely.
really amazing. Really
Yes,
amazing.
it's a solid foundation. You know, you get congregation there, you get love, you get to experience and learn and learn how to have faith in the Most High. You know, a higher
Hmm.
power, and it's just a really great experience. Even if you don't go to church every Sunday, like I used to go to church Sunday, then Bible study Tuesday, choir rehearsal, you know, every day of the week. But I don't go
Hmm.
anymore. But I still, you know, I pray every morning. I pray every night. I try to pray every morning, but every night for sure. And you know, I definitely still keep those same principles along the way, along my journey.
Good stuff. You could
Yeah.
easily say that this church background has kept you grounded in such an industry that can totally take you wayside. Totally.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. You got to stay grounded and you got to stay prayed up. Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, even everybody in the entertainment is pretty. It can get rough at times, but it also can be a blessing too. So you know,
Hmm.
everything has its yin and its yang. So, but
Hmm.
definitely stay prayed up.
Hmm. You know who else I heard say stay prayed up? Mark
Who's that?
Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he's
Yeah,
cool.
Sunday
I like
every
Mark Wahlberg.
yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
Like like I just like see his stories or posts every once in a while, and all of a sudden I hear "Stay prayed up." I'm like, what? But he went to church since when? But
yeah.
I'm
No, but
like,
it's a thing. You don't even have to go to church.
yeah,
You can literally just be doing anything throughout the day and just say a quick prayer and quick
yep,
meditation.
hmm,
And there you go. There you have it. And
yeah,
you got your protection.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
what I remember hearing, oh God, where was this, in church or something? But somebody in the church community told me that you don't have to go to the physical building. If there's two or more people in one place and you pray together, that
Mm.
itself is a church.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I can't quote that scripture at the moment, but I definitely know that scripture. And yeah, when two or more come together, that
Mhm.
means that the higher power is in the presence of those two people for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
laugh. I actually prayed before this interview.
yeah.
I pray, but honestly, I pray before every interview for a successful and wonderful interview. We make
That's awesome.
connections, we have a good time, and I pray for everybody after, like, that they find success in their career. They have a good life and a joyful life. They
Yeah.
continue their joyful path. So, we're gonna keep talking about your experiences in these industries. Now, what experiences could you tell us, like short form, the good, the bad, the ugly between all three?
I'm the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, I'll start with the worst stuff then. The ugly is that there's no guarantees.
Mm,
So just imagine pursuing a career or a career path,
mhm,
and it's not really any kind of guarantees. You're kind of at the liberty of being judged and by other entities.
mm.
So that's kind of ugly. You don't all the way want to be in that situation. You want to get the for show money, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's I would say that's ugly. And then the bad, what's the bad? I would say the bad is probably it's a lot of people going after one or a couple specific roles. You got a wave of people coming to Los Angeles or to London or
Mm.
wherever any big metropolitan city. You are you in Toronto? Where are you
I'm in
at?
Toronto, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Toronto. So like people coming to Toronto, young people, everybody, every year there's a new wave. So
Hmm.
I mean, you got to stay on point because hey, you can easily lose your spot. So I would say that's the bad thing.
Hmm.
It's no security if you haven't put the work in.
Hmm.
Now the good,
Hmm.
if you're ready, if you're prepared, if you're on time, if you're a professional, if you work in your craft every day,
Hmm.
like whatever you put into let's the game,
Hmm.
the game will give it back to you.
Hmm.
That's you know what I mean. So that is the good. There is a lot. I think there's way more good than bad, but you only going to receive the good if you're really, really focused. And
Mm-hmm.
it takes a little bit of luck, but you can only have that luck if you're prepared to receive the luck. So you got to just stay ready at all
Mm-hmm.
times. And yeah, that's I would say they're good. And when it's good, it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
literally myself, I had different friends. One day you'll be month to month. The next day, all your bills is paid for a year. You know, so it's whatever kind of like however you make it. Yeah,
Mhm. How do you
yeah.
how do you keep yourself in the good phase? Like how do you keep yourself in the ready?
Well, personally, me, I have a routine. I'm really disciplined.
Hmm.
It starts early in the morning. I these days I get up about like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that's kind of like people don't normally do that, and I do that. I'm on that routine because I'm creating different opportunities in different countries, and so the time zones and things like that, and then I love to be in the gym at least
Hmm.
about 4 or 5 in the morning. And so it just helps me get a good start. I can get up and just not be rushing around. I make my tea in the morning. The first thing I drink is probably some apple cider vinegar. You know, I just kind of go through
Yes.
my whole routine.
Yep.
Yeah, I go through my whole routine, a little meditation
Hmm.
and yeah, and then I'm off to the races. But I feel like how you kind of start your day and then
Hmm.
just have your to-do list. I have a to-do list every single day. I have a
Okay.
calendar and I just go down my to-do list and just check off the boxes. And I make sure that every single day I do something towards the craft, my craft, no matter if it's going writing a song, recording a song, even working out. That's still the craft. I'm still staying in shape. I can still perform my stunts.
Hmm.
I can perform as a fitness model, or if I'm whatever I have to do every single day. I make sure I do at least one thing towards my craft, no matter what it is. It can be just creating some cover art for the song I'm about to drop next week or something, but it has to be
Nice.
something. So yeah, that's how I
Genius.
stay focused and I see a lot of progression if I do that.
Genius, genius. I love that. Having because I know having a routine is just so solidifying it, you know what you're doing and you get that sense of accomplishment when you take off that box and you said yes I did that and
Ah,
yes
yeah,
I accomplished that, I finished it. It gives you that feel good
yeah,
dopamine hit, you know, it's just like yeah I did it. And now and then when it's done for the day, you literally can put your have your head on your pillow and totally rest, not worrying about okay I got things to do. No, you did them
right,
all.
right,
So
right, right.
having that kind
It's
of
definitely
schedule is amazing.
yeah, it's definitely a sense of accomplishment. Like you got
Hmm.
to count the small successes. Like those little successes, those are successful days. So you have to
Yep.
compile the days, and then that leads to the big success.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We're going to go back a little bit to your early years. You said you grew up in the church, you learned public speaking and singing choir at the age of 5 or 6. Talk to us about your early life growing up in LA, what you were like as a kid, your favorite memories, and who influenced you to become a model, an actor, and a singer?
Okay. Well, I grew up in Oakland. I was born and raised and grew up in Oakland. And then at about like from 13 to 18, I moved to a city called Seaside, which is in Central California and on the Central Coast. So I went from the Bay Area and then I went to Central California. Then when I was 18, I came out to LA and for college. But my mom's from LA as well. But my dad's from the Bay Area, from Oakland. So I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much cover all of California. I like I'm just California, you know what I mean? But if I have to definitely claim a city, it's going to be Oakland. If I have to say somewhere specifically, I would
Hmm.
probably say Oakland because
Hmm.
that's just where I like got my roots and my hard work and that mindset.
Yeah.
Um, but like I'm really kind of from just all of California, really. But definitely LA's home. LA's been home. Yeah, my like I said, my mom's from here, and it's definitely home. This is kind of where I started my career at.
Hmm.
And then what inspired them modeling what kicked everything off is my sister. She used to have a store, a boutique, and she was into fashion, and she went to like to a fashion school here in LA
Hmm.
as well. And so she's really into fashion, so she was having fashion shows and things like that. And then just quite naturally she's just like, you should model. I want you to model for one of my shows. And then like that's kind of really how I started kind of getting into like in my adulthood, because I was an athlete growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was a pretty good athlete, and so but yeah, she gave me my introduction to the modeling, and then I just kind of took that and ran with it, and then I got into like fitness modeling, and soon after that, professionally, I got into into TV and film world, and then I've always been doing music, but I started like putting out albums and stuff like that, and got serious later down the line. But yeah, the modeling definitely kicked like my entertainment career off. That was the
Mm-hmm.
first thing to like that I was able to get paid from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could say almost say that the modeling gig is basically funding the music part.
Well, the TV and film is funding my
Yeah.
music. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, modeling, TV, film. Yeah, that's what's funding. Definitely, that's
Yeah.
what's funding everything. I make independent films, and
Mm-hmm.
I direct them and produce them. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't direct all of them though, but I definitely produce and I write. But yeah, that's 100% funded by us, and yeah, and it comes from the TV and film. So it's a blessing though to be able to still kind of go after your dreams in one area and then be able to like take your resources you make in that area and put it into another dream over here and another
Yeah.
goals. So I like it. Obviously, I want more, but I'm not. I'm super grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. A lot of ups and downs. Through it hasn't been easy. Like even though you introduced like Mercedes, but it's been days where it's just it's not easy. But if you stay focused,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have success. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm super grateful because I know that it's a lot of people out there who don't get opportunities like kind of like how I get sometimes, and I'm just grateful because I know what it feel like to just not have an opportunity.
Yeah, because I was reading up on your resume and you did like all these commercials for like Fila, Adidas, Mercedes, and so many more. I was just sitting there going, how in the planet did you get those connects? Like those are incredible, credible commercials to be a part of. Fitbit, like come on, Apple iPhone.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Those
No,
are those are the
those yeah.
hardest commercials to get.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was man. Every time I well, being on set is like my favorite place in the world outside of being with family,
Hmm.
and friends. But just anytime I get an opportunity to be on set, especially for like those major brands who you're talking about, it's just a dope experience, and I just like live in the moment and just take it all in because it's just like some of those, like for example, when I did the Fila commercial. I wore some Grant Hills. I wore Grant Hills in that commercial. They had gave us Superior to wear. But I remember in school, my childhood, at some point we were really well off, and then at some points we weren't. So in the
Hmm.
points we weren't, I remember going to school. Everybody had the new Grand Hills, but I didn't really have them. And so, I got made fun of a little bit. But then, fast forward years later, Felix panned me to wear those same shoes that people made fun of me for not even having. You know what I'm saying? So those
Yeah.
type of full circle moments
Hmm.
is it. You can't even put it into words, And so,
Yeah.
man, I'm just like I said, I'm just super grateful.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just grateful,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when you were just saying that, the first thing that came to my mind that this is going to be an Oprah moment because when as something comes full circle, it's like you try to do things, you aspire, and next thing you know, people are looking for you to advertise, to showcase, to talk
Yeah,
about things that you did when you were a child that was not so cool. And now
right.
it's like the talk of the town, like the biggest thing. So it's like you said, it's a full circle moment. For me, I call it the Oprah moment because it's like, wow,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
incredible. That's amazing. Now, um, the big question, another question I have for you is you also had a production company you mentioned. The first documentary you did that I saw in 2012,
Hmm.
um, it was called a sickle cell documentary.
Oh yeah.
And what inspired you to talk about this topic? And what's your goal for that production and future productions?
Well, I love making documentaries, so that was
Mhm.
one thing. I had just got out of college when I made that, and I was just get into the community world, and I've always had like I've always wanted to give back because growing up, if it wasn't for things like the Boys and Girls Club or Upward Bound and different programs, I don't know where I would be because those kind of programs helped shape me. They gave me opportunities, helped fill out college applications, and just
Hmm.
different. Even though some resources I didn't even use, it was still there. And like I said, the Boys and Girls Club coaching and things like that. So I just wanted to kind of, in my own way, give back to the youth and give back to the community. And by one of the ways I want to do it was put out a documentary, and I did it on sickle cell anemia because a few of my friends and some of the other people I was working with, we had friends that had that particular. I don't even want to say disease, but just it just had that symptom, you know. And so I think it was important to kind of just make people aware of it
Hmm.
in the community, yeah, and just to always go get checked, and if you know someone like that, just make sure they're getting checked and things of that sort. So we did a few documentaries. We did one on sickle cell. We did one on another program in Richmond at a youth center. We did a documentary how kids are being displaced and in Richmond, California, and just trying to bring awareness so that we can somehow give funds to that particular program. And so, I just feel like it's always, no matter how good you're doing in life, you should always want to give back
Yeah.
something. You can't just take. You got to give too. So
Yeah.
that's just one of my ways of just kind of giving back because I've been able to be blessed, and so I just want to help others.
Good stuff, because I really enjoyed watching those documentaries. It's just like a different perspective than what you would see on normal TV. It's like just this one was these were more raw, more intimate, more educational, not just like
Yeah,
you know, cloud covered information that you
yeah,
see, like 2020, 60 minutes or whatever. This was like really, really,
yeah.
interesting and
And
really
probably because it
educational.
had like a different look, probably too, because like
Hmm.
nowadays the footage and technology is
Hmm.
AI and all these different things, but
Yeah.
those particular films was like, I don't even think it was shot in 4K. So it was like real raw and uncut, like
Yeah.
at the Children's Hospital, just everywhere. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really cool when I look back on that. It's really old, but yeah, no, that's really cool. That's how we kind of started. That's really how I started producing films, and then now I'm producing like episodes of different type of
Mm.
film. But yeah, that's when I first started producing films. It's
Yeah.
documentaries. And I still
You're
watch
amazing.
documentaries. Yeah, those are my favorite type of movies.
I love documentaries. Tell me, oh, okay, we're gonna watch this documentary. I don't care the topic. I'm watching it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, no,
watching
that's
it through and
exactly.
through. 'Cause it's like you get to see somebody else's perspective, not just the directors or the actors or whatnot. It's you're seeing everyone's perspective in it.
Yeah.
And and their experiences, and then you hear their stories, and it's just like, okay, this is pretty cool. Now with your now you've done that, but your acting background, you've done NBC, ABC, TV shows. How is it working within those platforms, the big NBC and ABC? How did you get those connects? Did you go through like an agent? Did you go through yourself? How does that process look like?
Uh, So, yeah, both myself and agents. So just like I say, living in LA for a while and kind of learning the ropes, and you meet people, you meet
Hmm.
casting directors, you just meet once you put the time in, you start to track and meet different people, and
Hmm.
so and then also my team, my agents and things of that sort, they put me in position for a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I just I mean, that's how I'm able to like get those opportunities. So yeah, that's really how though myself and the agents. Yeah,
Nice, good stuff.
yeah.
Because I've actually, okay, let me tell you a story. I've applied to just for acting, just something local in Toronto,
Mhm.
and tell me if this is a lie, a scam, or the truth. Now, they've been calling me and messaging me. We want you at this time for like an online interview, but it's not just you. It's going to be like a sea of 20 other people. And then they give you the lowdown about their agency, but then it's like, oh, but we're having a sale. You can, we're only going to charge you like maybe like $40 this time. To have your headshots, model shots, whatnot. And then pass it around. Whereas next time you go, it's going to be like 4.99, like $500 for headshots and all that.
Well, I would
Sounds
say
sketchy
that.
to me.
Well, I would say yeah, it's definitely some scam artists out there in terms of that. But I do know sometimes, um, especially now day and age, it's just like labels. So some agents they want you to have particular headshots already when you approach them, and then if you don't, they will refer you to different photographers,
Mm.
and that may be an out of pocket cost.
Yeah.
Um, but in terms of and even like in the music industry right now, a lot of labels they want the already ready person who already got a following, who already so like the times just changed. So now kind
Yeah.
of agents, record labels, they want you to already come equipped, already come with some headshots, already. I mean, they can point you in the right direction, but you should already. If I was advising someone and they want to kind of like, if I was giving you advice,
Mhm.
I would say to build your own portfolio before you approach your agency, and then I
Yeah.
would tell you to give 5 different looks.
Mhm.
I would say get your athletic look, your health and fitness, whatever that may be, or your
Right.
yoga, whatever that is. I would say to get your casual look, or maybe like the girl next door or the woman next door.
Mm.
And then I
Okay.
would say like you want to get like a kind of like a dress up like an office interview or something that
Ah, yeah.
so
Business
what is that?
casual.
Business casual. So that's three
Cut.
different looks. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then like and then you get like a lifestyle look.
Mm.
Um and like an editorial shot, and then like a commercial shot, like a happy, because shooting commercials, in
Yeah.
commercial and theatrical pictures are two different things. Commercial, they want you happy and
Oh,
cheerful and easy to get along with.
yeah.
Theatrical is when you can be whatever character you're gonna hop into.
Mysterious.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just about 5 or 6 different looks. That's what I would say. Get
I did
those
not know that.
looks
Okay.
and then approach different agents
Mm.
so that they can see your versatility.
Mm.
And then there you go. That'll be a good start. And then start working on your reel, your acting reel. If you don't have any if
All
you haven't
right.
booked any jobs, just learn a monologue and put that on film for your
All
reel.
right. To be
Yeah.
or not to be, that is the question. I'm not finishing that. That's the one monologue I tried to memorize and I said, nope, nope, and nope.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, cause I just applied, I guess, just for like shits and giggles. See, let's
Uh-huh.
see where this goes. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, we want you for this show and we want you for this movie and da 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 da. Like, oh my God. Like, seriously, it got almost like, I don't want to say annoying, but I was like, I thought they get the hint. Like, because I never joined any of the online interviews, quote
Uh-huh.
unquote, until it was, and I've been, oh, and like kind of like getting messaged by them for the past like 8 months,
Uh-huh.
a long, long time. And finally I said, you know what? Fudge this. I'm at work. I'm just sorry, work. I just had a 5 minute break. I popped on, jumped in, listened, and I'm like, yeah, why do I feel like this is a scam? In a very good one. Now, is it a scam 100%? I'm not going to say I don't know. But to me, automatically saying, yeah, if you give us this money, we're going to do this and this for you. Like,
Nah, nothing's
I
good.
also
They
could
can't.
pay somebody 2,500 to have my roof done and
Yeah.
it won't be done for the next 25 years till I find somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. No. Yeah. No. I would. Yeah. I wouldn't. No one can promise you anything because
Yeah.
yeah, this industry there's no prom. There's like I said, but 20 minutes ago, it's nothing guaranteed. So
Hmm.
starting off like that, oh, if you pay me this money, I can get you this. I don't even really. Even in my own experience,
Hmm.
I've paid not in the acting world, but in the music world, I've
Hmm.
paid different PRs or this person, that person. Oh, we can get you this, we can get you that, and it just
Hmm.
be like, hey, you know what it
Yeah.
is. So yeah, but
That's it. Yeah.
yeah, anybody who said that they can, I just don't. It's no guarantees, so I just don't
Hmm.
even look at that. I
Hmm.
don't even entertain that. It's no guarantees.
Yeah. Good.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
I just thought this was like a good topic of discussion because this is what I kind of encountered in this acting thing, because I never tried, whatever, and it was like, okay, sounds sketchy, but let's just have a little fun with it. So, anyways, moving along, you've got amazing music. We're here for the music. You got like this very chill vibe, very jazzy, inspirational. Like I was listening to the track Abbey Road Flows, and that is just absolute like gorgeous.
I
Like
appreciate that.
what inspired those lyrics and the beats? Because what I saw, it was filmed in London, England. And so talk to
Yes.
us about that whole experience, the whole, from beginning to end and the atmosphere in London.
London's amazing. It's became my second home. I love London. As you can like, there's an album called Lovely London.
Hmm.
So yeah, I really love London. The Abbey Road Flow song that you're referring to is on an EP that I just released in March called Weekend in London. I
Yeah.
just spent the weekend out there and then like just wrote about my all my experiences in that one weekend, you know. And that's a beautiful thing about like creating art. Like
Hmm.
and like you were saying earlier, how sometimes things can be spiritual because you can literally take like an experience or like a thought,
Hmm.
and what's spiritual about it is like the creation part of it, like just taking it and like birthing it and
Hmm.
making it something. And that just that whole process is just magical. And so going back to weekend in London, yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. I tend to go out there sometimes for not all the time for a weekend, like 5, 6 days at a time, sometimes longer, but yeah, weekend a few times, and it just was a wonderful experience. And I just wrote about it. And Abbey Road Flows, I actually went to Abbey Road where because that's where the Beatles did that famous album cover when they
Hmm.
walked through the crosswalks. So after
Yes.
I went there on that particular weekend. I did that. I did a bunch of different things, and so
Aw.
that just kind of those experiences just kind of inspired all those lyrics and those songs.
Amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
And now you also did
I
another
appreciate you
song.
listening too. Thank you for that.
Always, always is a
Yeah,
joy.
yeah.
Like just
Thank you.
beautiful. Now, you also created a song, Gang Gang No More with Mark Garvey that came out in
Yeah,
2018. That's very,
yeah.
very early. How did you connect with Mark Garvey and the name of the
Mark.
track? Talk to us about
Well,
that one.
well, well. Mark Garvey is he's a not only is he a legend in Oakland, he's like a West Coast legend.
Mm-hmm.
He's won different battles, producing battles in
Mm-hmm.
New York. He's a dope artist. He's just really dope. He's a genius. And
Mm-hmm.
so I linked up with Mark. We knew the same. We're from the same area in Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't meet. We always had the same. We knew the same mutual people our whole life. But then we met maybe in 2017. 20,
Mm.
yeah, so we've been knowing each other for a minute. Like 8 years. And just he's just really dope. Right now, we actually working on a project right now that'll be coming hopefully by like September. So we're actively like working on it right now as we speak. So
Countdown's on. It's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
middle of August already.
yeah. I
Already.
know, I know. So we working on it. I just sent him some vocals. He's doing his thing with it, and he's a dope artist too. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we made Gang Gang No More in 2018. It was a it kind of it had a buzz for a little minute. That was
Mm-hmm.
probably one of my first earlier records that like a lot of people were reposting and making videos too, and I was reposting the videos, and it was a good time. And I know it's one of those songs where once like we have a breakthrough in the music that's gonna come back around because
Mm-hmm.
that's just like one of those songs that's just got that longevity to it. Like you can
Yeah.
just it's still hitting hard, you know? Yeah,
Absolutely. And you
yeah.
also did a song that was part of the album Final Score, Prince LA Freestyle that came out in 2020. Very
Hmm.
is to me it sounded very poetic, almost like a testimonial, if you will.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so what was
yeah.
the biggest struggle you faced while creating this album and track?
Well, shout out to Mark Garvey again because he produced that beat on
Hmm.
the Prince LA freestyle, and I was just going through a lot. I remember that. I remember I was just I was pacing back and forth because that's how I come up with my lyrics. I just walk back and forth throughout my whole house, just through the living room, through the kitchen. I was kind of I was going through a lot at that time. I remember kind of going through a lot. A lot of was on my mind, and
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons why I do music. Why? Because it's a form of therapy, and you
Yeah.
can just kind of get it out.
Hmm.
and you feel good about it. And so, but yeah, during that, when I wrote that song, uh, I was going through a lot of difficulty at that time. Yeah, that's what I remember. But I remember it was a good feeling though, just to get it all out. And that's actually like my sister, one of my older sisters, that's one of her favorite songs. A lot of people love that song because they can feel the realness and the passion
Yeah,
behind it. And yeah, they even more than like the commercial songs, I think they like with a nice hook and the
yeah,
melody.
yeah,
Nah, they be like in the raw, straight, like vulnerable
yeah.
rap lyrics like people like when I rap. So there's a lot more raps coming too, by the way.
Good.
Lately I've kind of been on my melodic kind of vibe, but like
Yeah.
now, we getting back to the bars though. So yeah, so these new projects is gonna be a lot of rapping, a lot of lyricism, things like
Good
that.
stuff. Because what I like, I see the difference between the melodic version of you and then the rap version. The melodic is almost like very commercialized, whereas the rap version, what you sing of you, is very raw, very emotional, very interactive with your audience. Like you're really gonna pull them in with
Mhm.
your rap because this is like you're literally bearing your soul to them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and that's like
yeah,
really important for me. That's important and also very uh, enticing for us to see an artist to be able that's supposed to be considered macho and gung
right.
ho guy, and he's literally singing about his heart. He's singing about the struggles in this. Like
Yeah,
everybody goes through struggles, but with the male is always you got to be strong. You can't show emotion and this and that. So to be able to do that, you are literally gaining a very pure following audience
yes,
that you
yes,
can interact with and connect with, and that's going to hold you, that really hold them through
yes.
all the melodic versions of you and everything. So it's just a beautiful thing. I love that.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate you checking out the music too. That's great. Even when I be like I said, I'm just be extremely grateful that I can put something out and someone can connect to it. That's like the biggest thing for me. If even if I put out 10 songs and you just like one, that's still a
Mhm.
win for me. You know,
Yep.
it's still a win because hey, they may not like everything, but they like something.
Yeah.
So that's a win. So I appreciate you for
Thank you.
checking it out.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. I appreciate your music that you're putting out and your
Yeah.
your modeling and your
Yeah.
acting. You're just like a triple threat rolled into one, like
Yeah,
anybody that's able to work with you is absolutely extremely blessed to be in the presence of royalty, to be honest, in my opinion,
appreciate
because
that. I
it's
appreciate
and
that.
it's hard work. It's
Appreciate that.
hard work to
Yeah, yeah.
balance it
It's
all.
yeah, it's hard work, and even on the journey, it's some people will say, "Well, you got to choose one," but it's so hard to like. I could never just. It's just I don't know if my attention span or it's just because of my interests or talents, whatever it is. I can't. I have to go after all my passions. I can't just like
Yeah.
leave something on the table. We only got one life to live, so like.
Yep.
I definitely think you have to focus, and that's where sometimes I'm better now. But I would
Hmm.
start something and then go over here and then finish that, then go back and finish it. So I definitely think you have to be focused, but don't be afraid to still try new things and to
Hmm.
have a few different talents. You don't just have to be in one lane. If you have other talents, you can definitely exploit those talents in a good way. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think that that's what life is all about. Is you don't put yourself in a box. Don't limit yourself. Just be great.
Exactly. Because if you put yourself in a box, is my opinion, if you put yourself in a box, you're limiting your success
Hmm.
because you do not know. If you try something, someone is going to hear that and make you more successful than what you currently are at in that
Right,
position.
right.
It just, you need the right person to hear it, the right connects, the right, people
Yeah,
to build you up. And if you put yourself in that box, you're not
yeah,
going to go too far. You got to really
yeah.
expand.
Well, exactly.
Like, and let's see, you also, let's move forward a little bit, a couple of years in 2024. You did a feature with Ronnie Alyuma on the track Flights. To me,
Oh,
very
right.
purposeful, very spiritual. Talk to us
Yeah.
about that one. That was a
The
hard hitter.
Flights was awesome. I remember we was that's is that the first video I shot in London? Is that the first music video? That could be the first music video I shot in London. But we shot it in Greenwich. Shout out my boy Mr. E. He made the beat. My friend Archangel was with me. It was probably about 4 or 5 of us. We went to go hit Greenwich, in London. We shot the video. We recorded the song one day. Recorded
Mhm.
at Mr. E studio, his space,
Mhm.
and then yeah, then we just went out and shot the video. The video came out dope. My boy Connor, he's out in London in the UK. He shot and edited the video, and it was a dope song. It was one of those. It's one of my favorite songs because it's just like the vibe of it.
Mhm.
Like it remind me of just like that. It's kind of lyrical, but at the same time, like you can vibe to it and
Yeah.
really understand it, and you can
Yeah.
tell that the lyrics is real. Like
Mhm.
and that's the connection I want to have with my audience is that like
Mhm.
what I'm telling everybody is like is super like just relatable but just like real like just
Mhm.
with a lot of compassion and they know it's I'm looking for a word it's it hasn't the word hasn't come to me but no but it's definitely real and I want people to connect to it as well so
Very
yeah,
authentic.
yeah,
Yeah.
authentic, definitely authentic, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely for sure. Now, you also released a song called 6 a.m. from the album Weekend in London. How is it creating this album and the track? Because it's very easy, very hip hop-ish in my from what I take it to be.
Um, what a track 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that song. It's cool. It's a vibe. It's for sure a
Mhm.
vibe. With your significant other, it's one of those type of vibes. But
Mhm.
but I was just kind of speaking the real. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you like I don't want to give it away and be like all my songs. Pretty much a lot of my songs be like first person, and I
Mhm.
and I be writing my real life. But um, when you do that, you can kind of it just comes out better, and you can kind of connect with
Mhm.
people a little more. So yeah, so just kind of writing that song, yeah, I just kind of took it from my personal like
Mhm.
experience, and yeah, it was one of those experiences on one of those weekends in London, in London.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you're working on a few things coming out in September. Care to expand a little bit more about that and what we can see from you beyond what's coming out in September?
Well, what's coming? So I have an EP already finished. It's called Phone Calls, and it's
Hmm.
basically it's an EP. It's 4 songs, and Phone Calls Part One was on Weekend in London. It was a
Hmm.
track just about just a phone call. So I took that idea, me and Mr. E, and we created 4 more tracks because like, it's just like, hey, this is only the first phone call, but like how about like we keep the conversation going though, you know?
Ah.
So yeah, so now phone calls is done. I just shot 4 music videos for phone
Hmm.
calls that we're gonna be releasing this month. Um
Nice.
and yeah, for every song. So it'll be part 1 through part 4. So
Hmm.
that's coming soon. And then I finished a house EP. I did
Hmm.
I experienced with some house music. Just traveling, going to Amsterdam and being in the
Hmm.
UK and being in different scenes, even in LA, and just
Hmm.
traveling around. You see the different types of music, you experience different types of music, and so just being an artist, I like to just kind of experiment sometimes a little bit. And we created a house EP 4 songs, and so we'll be releasing. I'm not sure when I'm gonna release that. I'm gonna do some type of marketing or some type of something for it. We just have like the
Hmm.
audio tracks,
Hmm.
so I want to do something marketing wise before I just like put that out. So I think we're gonna go phone calls,
Okay.
volume 1, and
Hmm.
then we'll go me and Mark Garvey's project that we're working on right now. We'll
Hmm.
do that. And then we'll see how we're gonna give the house music to the people.
I
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then
I look
also
forward.
episode 3, that the film that I'm shooting,
Hmm.
episode 1 is in the bathroom. That's out right now. London LA Collective.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, people can go. You guys can go to that London LA Collective. Yeah.
Hmm.
So episode 1's out in the bathroom. Episode 2 is out in the living room. in the hotel room, and now episode 3 is in post production. That'll be coming out as well in like September, late September, and that's called In the Living Room. So we have a series, a film series as well that we're
Hmm.
shooting in back and forth in LA and London as well.
I look forward to the third episode. Now, what is the advice you would give to somebody who is entering the industry, whether it be modeling, acting, or singing?
Uh, well, it's a lot of different type of advice. If it's a young person,
Hmm.
um, a young person, I would give them the advice I gave you with like having building your own portfolio. Like
Hmm.
just young or old, build your portfolio. That's what you need. That's like your calling card. That's your ticket
Okay.
to to have people interested in you or to hire you for different type of opportunities.
Hmm.
Um, you have to do a little. If you just come in the industry, it's okay to like do a few low paying jobs maybe,
Hmm.
or hey, if you shoot me, give me the pictures and do like a swap. It's okay to
Yeah.
do that to build your portfolio.
Resume. Yeah.
Yeah, your resume. It's don't at the beginning everything's not going to be paid, so don't get um
Upset.
don't get down about it. Don't get upset. Don't get down about it. And I would say to yeah, have a like maybe like a side job because if you probably it probably won't be you probably can't make a living right when you get into the industry. So
Hmm.
have like a part time job and then stay focused and create your to do list. Um, I think that taking your health and fitness it just propels you no matter what you're doing because you're waking up, you're motivated. So I think that that's very important. If for me it is. So I would say to kind of be just be like physically just present and emotionally, spiritually, all that, the body, mind, soul, it all connects. So you can't have a lot of distractions going on. You can have fun
Hmm.
drinking and all that, but whatever you put in your body that's bad, put two or three times as much back into it is good. So
Yes.
if you're drinking, make sure you go walk or drink water, get all that stuff out of you. It's okay, go have fun. Like I have fun, I
Yeah.
do,
Hmm.
but you got to take care of yourself. So so take care of yourself, have your to do list, and then believe, and you got to trust your journey. You
Hmm.
can't. Sometimes it's not going to happen overnight, but if you've been putting the work in, it's you shouldn't give up because you probably came way too far. It's probably way easier to keep going versus turning around.
Hmm.
So you got to just stay consistent and just trust your process, trust your journey.
Hmm.
That's what I would tell them. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself.
Hmm.
Like that's very very important. You gotta believe. If you don't got faith, it's not gonna happen for you. You
Hmm.
gotta believe in yourself.
I
Yeah,
believe that too, because if you don't believe in yourself, and the world is already pitted against you at the beginning because there's so much competition, you have to be confident
yeah,
in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and believe that whatever happens, where a door closes, another one opens.
most definitely, most
And
definitely,
oftentimes, if that door closes, it's a bigger door that opens with a bigger opportunity.
exactly. Yep,
So you got to
yep.
be confident in that, like you said, in your journey, in your own experience.
Right. Trusting that process, trusting that journey.
Yeah,
You gotta trust. Yeah.
absolutely. Now, before we go, please would you honor us with something vocally, perhaps flights or 6 a.m.
Uh, what how flights go? I say, shit. I forgot. How does flights go? What do I say on that? My first verse. I say, uh, what? I forget how I make so many because I'm working on new music, so I'm
Okay,
trying to remember how
how
flights
about
go.
you give us a little
Well,
tidbit of the new one? Just maybe like one or two little chords or lines.
yeah, I'll say, but I want to do flights though. I want to do that because you asked me to do that. So I'll come back to that. But I'll say some of my new bars
Mm-hmm.
that I just wrote. I'll be like. What I say, the stakes is getting high. I can't afford to lose. I give you
Hmm.
different genres over these Pro Tools. And when I start cooking, my people eat it up. It's like soul food. You don't want beef, it's expensive, just like some Whole Foods. I'm old school, mobbing through the industry because people play by no rules. I told you we was going global, isn't it? Then I showed you. Been running point way before the Netflix and the Roku's. I was writing bins before campaigns and commercials. And that's all you get on that. But that's a few
I like that.
memoirs.
I like that. That's already kind of like, oh, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. Like that is just wicked.
But no, I'm
Well,
trying to remember. But flights though, I say I come on the track and I be like, and I say, oh, I say something like, I say, we global now. They're gonna have to double up the back end. I'm on a higher frequency, but yet I'm still grounded. Residue from my past, but I still move like it don't exist. I'm out the country, but I still live in a state of bliss. I'm dropping jewels. My speech is a verbal gold mine. Ask about me, homie. I show up when they say it's showtime. Yeah, real ones know Prince Pope is really like that. I really might fly to LA, London. I'll be right back. And that's that.
I love that. I
Yeah, I
love that.
appreciate that.
Not only is it just like a song, a rap song, but it's also like very poetic, almost like a spoken word.
I appreciate that.
That
I
is,
appreciate
and
that.
for me, that is just, it blows my mind. Like to hear something that's something that could be translated from a rap to just to a melodic. You can change the sound, but keep the words, and it's just gonna resonate with everybody. Like I
Yeah,
can hear that in all three: rap, melodic, spoken word, and people are just gonna be sitting there going, "Oh my God."
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Amazing,
that.
amazing. Thank you so much, Prince Ray
No,
Pope, for
thank you.
joining us tonight on the show. I wish you much success. I can't wait to see everything that's coming up in September. Where can everybody follow you on social media?
Everything Prince Ray Pope. So it's all one word. Prince Prince, Ray Ray, last name Pope Pope. Prince Ray Pope. You can follow me on all platforms. And yeah, everything. We got so much stuff coming. Y'all gotta follow me. Stay tuned. Thank you for sharing your platform with me as well. I really appreciate that. Shout out to all my people in LA, London, New York, Arizona, everywhere, all around the world, man. We global, we worldwide, and I appreciate the love. Until next time, peace and blessings.
Absolutely. Until next time, everybody, thank you for joining us on the Talk with Debbie show. We'll see you next time. Much love.
Much love.
Much love.
Thank you.
Yeah.